Good morning. How's it, everybody? As some of you know, I do my Vigorizanto, which is basically meaning getting invigorated. Difference between inspiration and invigoration. Inspiration, we go to a seminar, we get inspired, and we don't do anything about it. Invigoration is not just getting inspired, but actually taking action and doing the things that you need to do. So last night I was reading the African proverb that I've read many, many times in my life, and basically it says, if there's no enemy within, the enemy outside can do you no harm. If there's no enemy within, the enemy outside can do you no harm. What a powerful, powerful, powerful proverb and powerful African understanding. And our biggest battle is often in our minds. Our biggest battle when we've got self-doubt or unbelief, things like that, then we push us down, our spirits down, we push our emotions down, we push anything down. And the biggest enemy that we have is probably in our mind. That's our biggest number one enemy. And if there's no enemy within, the enemy outside can't do you harm. So what's the enemy? Maybe a bad market, maybe a bad job market, bad real estate market, high interest rates, or a relationship situation, or perhaps a death in the family. All these different things that can really take our minds captive. And what we need to break that captivity out. We need to break that jail out of believing that I can't do it, or I'm not good enough. I don't have what it takes. I don't have enough networking. I don't have enough friends. I don't know enough people in the right companies to get the job that I want. Whatever it is, we put our minds in captivity, and that becomes our enemy. Sometimes when you might be in jail in a different foreign country, and you see them as an enemy, whatever the situation is, we put our minds in captivity. And if there's no enemy within, the enemy outside can do you no harm. And we need to work on this every single day. How is it? Well, one of the things is affirmations, right? Affirmations, perhaps in the morning, afternoon, and even in evening affirmations, like at 6 o'clock, say, I'm not going to eat after 8 o'clock, or I'm not going to eat that snack, or I'm not going to eat that extra dessert, or I'm not going to put that sugar in my body. Whatever, weight might be an enemy thing for some people, right? Like myself, something I've always struggled with. But what's the affirmation to help us get through that night with not eating after 8 o'clock in the morning? Or the only thing you put in is, say, tea or water or something like that. That perhaps not going to make your sleep go bad, because then we don't sleep when we eat the wrong stuff at night as well. So, how do we do that? Well, we've got to make sure the enemy within, there's none of it, doesn't exist, because the enemy outside will not be able to harm us. So I often say you cannot win the struggle out there if you haven't won the struggle in here. You cannot win the struggle out there if you have not won the struggle inside here. And how do we do that? What are we doing to win the struggle every single day? What are we doing to fight that struggle? You see, I've often shared this before, but what's the definition of struggle? The definition of struggle is evidence that you haven't given up yet. Struggle is evidence that you haven't given up yet. I'm more concerned with people who are not struggling. If you're not struggling, I'm more concerned about that. If I'm not struggling, we should all be struggling at something, because that's evidence that we haven't given up yet. None of us have arrived. None of our lives are perfect. Whether it's struggling to learn more stuff, struggling to work better on video, like I already made a mess this morning on this live. The recording didn't happen, just a screenshot, because I was struggling to work it out, and I know how to do it. I just don't know what I did. So we all got little struggles, right? But we're all working on stuff. We all want to get another level. We all want to be healthier, live better lives, earn more income, invest more, help other people more. Not just us getting invigorated, but invigorating others. So if there's no enemy within, the enemy outside can do you no harm. Also, you cannot win the struggle out there if you haven't won the struggle inside yet. Big one. I remember years ago, 25 years ago, we were taught to fake it till you make it, especially in sales. And I was sharing with my mom, and she said, "No, I never raised you that way. You don't fake it till you make it. You faith it till you make it. You faith it till you make it." And how do we get more faith? Faith comes by hearing the word. Okay, and the best way to hear our words is to actually express it. Because if you don't express it, you suppress it. So we've got to express great things of affirmations about our lives all the time, consistently. Are you affirming certain things in your life? Are you expressing it so you're not going to suppress it? Because if you want to increase your faith, because we don't fake it till you make it, you want to faith it till you make it. And just like what Henry Ford said, if you think you can, you can. You're right. If you think you cannot, you're right. You cannot. That's it. If you think you can, you can. If you think you can't, you can't. That's just the way it is. And Wayne Dyer, I love what he said. I'll read it. If you believe it will work out, you only see the opportunities. If you believe it won't work out, all you see is the obstacles and the reasons why you shouldn't be doing it. Hey, happy Vigorizante. Have a Vigorizanto to you. And have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day and week. And I hope that I'll hear more from you about this. Thank you.